Conquer conditionals. Avoiding fragment sentences. Hello, English learners. Welcome back to another exciting lesson. Today, we're going to dive deeper into conditionals. More specifically, we'll be focusing on the topic of fragment sentences. You know, those pesky sentence snippets that can make our English sound incomplete or confusing. That's right. We're going to tackle them head-on and make sure that our use of conditionals is as clear and effective as possible. First and foremost, let's understand what fragment sentences are. Essentially, these are groups of words that look like sentences but aren't. They're fragments because they're missing a crucial component, either a subject, a verb, or a complete idea. An example of a fragment sentence in conditional clauses could be, if I had enough time. This sentence is a fragment because it doesn't give us a complete thought. What will happen if you had enough time? We are left hanging. Now, when we're dealing with conditionals, fragment sentences can become a common mistake. Why? Well, remember that a conditional sentence often consists of two parts: the if clause, or the condition, and the main clause, the result. Both parts must be present for the sentence to be complete. Let's look at our previous example. If I had enough time. In this instance, we've got the if clause, but we're missing the main clause. A full conditional sentence might be, if I had enough time, I would finish my work. Now, that's a complete sentence. The common mistake is to separate these two parts into two sentences, which often results in a fragment sentence. For instance, if I had enough time, I would finish my work. Notice the period after the if clause? That's what turns this into a fragment. The if clause on its own isn't a complete thought, so it can't stand as a separate sentence. To avoid fragment sentences, make sure your conditional sentences always include both the if clause and the main clause. Also, remember to use a comma to separate these two parts, not a period. Well, that's it for today's lesson. We hope this video has shed some light on the common mistakes and pitfalls related to using conditionals, specifically when it comes to fragment sentences. Remember, always make sure that your conditional sentences have both an if clause and a main clause, and use a comma to separate them. Keep practicing, and soon enough, you'll be crafting perfect conditional sentences without even thinking about it. Happy learning, and we'll see you in the next video.